Hello there my fellow tech aficionados and welcome back to the channel and to what might be a very different video than our usual reviews. I actually do not really have a script for this one and I'm trying to do it a little bit more vlog style later on, which directly takes us to what I have right here in front of me. As you might know, or well, I'm telling you right now, we are actually going to Computex next week. And this presents us with some challenges when it comes to our usual production gear. Our main camera is the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K. And it's a great camera, which we have been using for quite a while for all of our footage. But being on the show floor with it is, well, let's say cumbersome to say the least. So we got a new one and a bunch of accessories, and I will take you through our reasoning behind this purchase decision and everything I have right here in front of me in a little bit. And later on I will also take you through my setup I plan to take with me to edit all of our videos while being in Taipei. So how about we get all of this stuff unboxed so I can tell you more about it. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so this is the camera fully set up and I will show you some B-roll of it so you can see the full sort of vlog style setup. And I'm actually pretty excited since this is the first time I'm actually using it. So it will be very interesting later on to have a look at the footage. And I guess now is as good a time as any to actually tell you something about the camera. So this is the Panasonic Lumix S5 IIx. And the X is pretty important here since it allows us to shoot in ProRes, which will make it much easier for us later on to match the footage to our Blackmagic camera, which you can see over here. So this is our main production camera. It's the Blackmagic Cinema Pocket Cinema 6K, even though I do not really know what's pocket about this camera, but anyways. And yeah, well, it's a beautiful camera and I will take it to Taiwan to shoot our talking heads with it. Whereas this one will be our event camera. So whenever I leave the hotel and go to manufacturers, go to meetings, go to events, this is the one I'm taking with me. Because, I mean, she's just a little too big. But yeah, before we can go anywhere, I have to do some prepping, and this actually involves making a decision about which laptop I'm going to take with me. You probably have seen this setup if you watched our Razer Blade 18 review. This is pretty newly arranged this way, so I can have my main editing setup over there and another space to test laptops, to use laptops over here. And it makes for a pretty nice talking headset for our review videos. So what I have to decide now is if I'm either taking my daily driver, the Razer Blade 16, which is all modded out with like 96 gigs of RAM, a bunch of extra SSD space, and yeah, I've been using it since we did a review on it because Razer actually let me keep it for a little bit longer to do a sort of long time OLED burn-in test while using it regularly. So stay tuned for that one. Or do I go with the big boy, the Razer Blade 18? Because actually in our review I said this is actually a very practical 18-inch. And now I was thinking about if I should put my theory to the test and go to a trade show with an 18-inch notebook. But yeah, I have to do some testing with my bags and the weight restrictions of the airline if I will be able to pack this guy and stay within my weight allowance for the trip. Alright, so I got some packing to do and I will check back with you later and we'll see if it's gonna be the Blade 16 or the Blade 18, which would be really awesome, but let's see. And then we're gonna go through everything I'm going to take with me on such a trip. So see you later, guys. Alright, so I did a little bit of a test fit and well, unfortunately there will be no way in which I can take the Razer Blade 18. It's just way too heavy with everything that I need, with all the hard drives, all the camera accessories, the camera, all the lenses, and so on and so on. It's just, my life will be so much easier just going with the Razer Blade 16, and it's already set up in a way that I know I can work with it. All my files are on there, all my programs are on there, and everything will just work, which will make it a lot easier for me today. Yeah, I'm just transferring files to our NAS, so I have my SSDs as empty as they can be, so they will be ready for everything we are shooting next week. So yeah, just a little bit of an in-between update. I will now get everything sorted, everything packed, get my clothes ready, and then I will check back in with you before my flight. See you later. Alright guys, I'm done. It's the next morning, I got everything packed, I'm incredibly tired, but thankfully I got a few more hours left before I have to go to the airport. And this pretty much already sums up this video. I know it will probably end up being a very short vlog, but it's something I wanted to try and it was basically just for me to test the new camera. But please let me know if you enjoyed this sort of behind the scenes content. Please sound off in the comments below. And please stay tuned because I just wrapped filming the Alienware M16R2 review and the Lenovo Yoga Pro 9i in its 2024 version. And I hope to get this video out while I'm in Taipei, so please make sure to use that subscribe button. And yeah, while talking about Taiwan, I will do my very best to show you guys some behind the scenes footage and get some very interesting videos out. With what we know so far, it's gonna be a very interesting show and you definitely do not want to miss our content. So thanks again for watching. As always, my name is Alex, you have been fantastic and I see you all in Taiwan.